As in the first video, we have completed our HTML and CSS part for this weather app, and now in this video we will implement the functionality. So for that, I am just going to review again my HTML and CSS file. So here I need to access my input and button, and when I click on the button, then it will provide us the detail of the random city. So for that, let's go to our index.js, but before that, let's connect our index.js file. So I simply use the script tag, and inside this src I write my index.js, and now let's start writing the code. Firstly, let's access our button. It is our document.queries selector, and with the help of the search button, we will access it. And here again I am writing search input, and in this search input I am again going to access my input, where we write the name of the city. Simply I take my search input. Now I am going to open WeatherMap and try to show you all that how you can access the data. So let's open the Google Chrome and go to Open WeatherMap. So here simply write Open WeatherMap, and now go to this first website, and here you click on API tab, and when you click on the API, here click on API doc and scroll down. You can see current weather data. You need to click on this tab, and when you scroll down you can see search by city name option. So let's see, here is that option. So here is, you can simply get the request by city name, simply copy it from here and paste it here. And here let's go to my API keys, login, and I simply copy my API key, and I am going to paste this API key here, and I am going to write it here, city name, any random city. Let's say Chennai. Here you can see the information we are getting through API. This is in JSON format. So simply I copy these two type from here and paste these two in my code, and let's format the document. And now after this I am taking one async function, and let's give it a name as check weather. Inside this async function I am going to take one response, await fetch, and I simply write it here API URL plus, and now after take this backtick, and simply here I write and app id is equal to dollar, and inside this entire bracket I will write my API key. Below this let take data, and again take away and take, and simply write here response dot json, and here it is capital U, and below this let's print this data console.log data. And now we will call our weather function, and simply I pass inside this weather function a random city name, and simply pass this city as parameter, and simply again let's see our UI. Let's inspect this tab. Here you can see we are getting the data of the city as object. Here you can see the information related to Mumbai city, and inside this main section we are getting our temperature and this humidity. So simply I am going to my code section and start writing the remaining code. So I simply cut this from here, and I simply write document.query selector and to my dot city I take dot inner HTML for changing the city name. I simply write dot inner HTML and after that I write data dot name and below this let's copy this again and paste it here and I simply replace my temp with this data.main.temp. I am writing data.main.temp because in the API call when I was doing API call every time in the main and inside the main temperature is available. So now again here I am writing humidity and inside this humidity let's again write data.main.humidity and let's provide one more thing and it is wind speed and here it is wind dot speed. Let call again the function so that you all understand why I am doing this. Service check whether I am again calling my Mumbai. So here you can see inside main you can see humidity and temperature and you can see some another thing like let's see where is the wind speed. So here you can see inside this wind here is the speed. So again let's add our functionality to our button. So simply I write button dot add event listener and this is a flip type event listener and again I take this and here I simply write call my check weather function and inside this check weather function I simply write my input dot value. So simply I write here dot value. Let's see whether we are getting the response or not. So let's write here Mumbai and see the output. So here you can see our data is changing. So in this way we can able to build a weather app and if you want to change these images also so simply I am going to my code. Here you can see I am changed the image on the basis of this. You can see inside this weather this is written main is clouds. So let's change and see if there is any other thing like if I write Chennai and again perform the search operation. So inside this weather you can see it is of clouds. So on the basis of this, I am going to perform the other operations. So simply access our weather icon, and in this icon, I simply write document.query selector. Inside this query selector, I simply write my weather icon, and let's exit our weather icon with our data dot weather, and inside this it is 0 dot name is equal to clouds cloud. So simply we do one thing, we change our weather icon to and we simply do our weather icon dot src. Inside this src, I simply put my images file. Simply I write here images and after the images I simply write my clouds.png. Let's see our image. Here you can see clouds.png. Let's add it here. Clouds.png and or else if our let's copy this line again and paste it here. If our clouds is equal to drizzle, then simply I do one thing. I simply copy this again and paste it here, and I add my result dot png image. Again I do else if our data dot weather and 0 dot means is triple equal to our humidity, then simply we do one thing. Inside this weather icon dot src, I simply add my images, humidity dot png, or let's see here how much. Here it is clear cloud drizzle, humidity, mist, and surge, snow, wind. Let's add our, let's copy both these two from here, or simply let's copy it from here and paste it here. And if this is our equal to wind, simply replace it with wind. And again, if our this is equal to rain, replace it with rain. Let's see our output. Let's call any city like I am calling Chennai. So here you can see it is changing the UI also. So now I am going to perform some other things. Here simply let's create a div tag. Like if there is any city available, so for that I am handling that thing. Here I simply create one div tag with here. Inside this div I add one, simply add one heading. Inside this heading I am write error, and let's go to our CSS. Inside the CSS access our error, make it display none, and make the display of our weather also none. Now go to our index.js. So here I have also made my weather none. So go to our index.js file, and below this add one more thing. From here, if our response dot status is equal to 404, then simply we will do one thing. Document dot query selector, and simply add our error dot style dot display is equal to block. It means we are showing our error and hide the remaining thing. Simply let's cut it from here. Simply write here style, copy again this and paste it here, and simply I write here my weather, it is none. I copy these both things from here, and I am going to paste it below this, and now exchange it. This is none and this is block. So let's search here Mumbai. So now you can see the detail about the Mumbai, and if I search anything wrong, then it will show error. So in this way we have completed our weather. Thank you so much.